What's up everyone, my name is Adrian and I've been living in China with my girlfriend for about 4 years, and together we've come up with the top 8 apps that you absolutely need for China. Let's go. Okay, so the very first app that I'm going to be talking to you about is WeChat. Now WeChat, everyone needs WeChat when they first come to China. WeChat pretty much is a messaging platform that you can use to contact your friends and family. WeChat is great because it allows you to do so much more than just message people. Okay, so it pretty much acts as a wallet. So you have what you call a WeChat wallet. You can pretty much pay for food or small items when you go out shopping. Other things that WeChat's really good for is you can order pretty much a taxi. You can order movie tickets, you can also top up your mobile phone, you can also pay all your utilities. And then one of the great features about WeChat is their WeChat groups. So, you know, let's say if you want to get a whole bunch of people together and create like this small little community, we have what we call WeChat groups. In WeChat, you can actually create groups of up to about 500. You know, there's so many different groups. And, you know, it's really just a great way to meet other people and share your ideas in this group. Or if, let's say, if you're looking for another job, there are also job groups as well that you can go into and talk around to different agents looking for jobs. And the last thing that really WeChat is great for is what we call moments. And moments kind of act like your Facebook or Instagram page where you can share your photos or even a video to your friends. So that's pretty much WeChat in a nutshell. Okay, so it's kind of like the WhatsApp of China. All right, and it's definitely one of the most essential apps that you'll need to survive as soon as you get here. Now, of course, if you still are keen on using WhatsApp, unfortunately, you won't be able to use it in China unless you get a VPN, which again is the next app I'm going to be talking about. So VPNs pretty much allow you to access things like Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and even WhatsApp. Now, VPNs come in 2 categories. You can either pay for it or you can get it for free. So it's pretty much what you decide to choose. Me personally, I've always used ExpressVPN. I always find that to be one of the most reliable. Other VPNs that you can actually use is Astro, and you can also use Nord, which is a fairly recent one. If you don't want to pay for those services, what you can actually do is just get a free one from the App Store or from the Apple Store. A very popular one that I like to use is VPN Robot. I find that it connects quite quickly. I've really had no issues. Alright, so the next app is Alipay. Now Alipay pretty much works similar to WeChat. You can add friends on there, you can message them, and it also is used as a payment app. So you can pretty much pay for anything like food, clothes, whatever you want to. But usually Alipay, I would use it just to pay for things like paying my landlord, or going out shopping and just paying for something that is quite expensive. I usually use Alipay. I kind of don't use WeChat as much because WeChat I use for smaller purchases, but for Alipay I use it for the big stuff. And the other key feature that I like about Alipay is that you can actually send money home. So if you're earning money here in China and you don't want to go to the bank, it's just like, it's just a hassle. You pretty much, all you need is a Chinese friend to help you. So essentially what you do is that you send money to your Chinese friend, you give them your bank details, they put it in their Alipay, and then they send it home to your bank account. Simple as that. The next app is an app that I really regret not getting when I first came to China, and that is the Baidu Translate app. The Baidu Translate app pretty much converts Chinese into English and vice versa, or any other language that you speak. And it's just a great way to pretty much get around China. Let's just say you went to a restaurant and you have like a menu that's all in Chinese and you're like, oh my God, I don't know how to read. Baidu Translate allows you to take a picture of the menu or anything that's in Chinese writing. You just pretty much highlight that and it'll translate those Chinese characters into English or any other language that you speak, and so you're able to understand it. I found this extremely useful in the city. You're doing shopping. Baidu Translate is really a good app to do that. And of course, it also allows you to pretty much speak in the app in English and it'll spit it out in Chinese. You can actually use that to communicate with pretty much any Chinese person. Okay, so the next app that is really useful to have on your phone is Taobao. Now, if you don't know what Taobao is, it's kind of like the Amazon of China. So pretty much you can buy anything from clothes to gadgets to human teeth. Moving on, if you want to set up Taobao, I think the best way to do it before the app is to actually go onto the website and actually register with them. Now, it will be in Chinese, so it's probably best to actually get a Chinese friend to help you walk you through the process. All you really need is a Chinese address as well as a Chinese phone number to register, and it's that simple. Okay, so app number 6 is an app that I personally love to use all the time, and that is an app called Waimai. Now, Waimai is a food delivery app, and it works very much similar to how you set up your Taobao, which is you just need a Chinese address and a Chinese phone number. Pretty much once you get those set up, you pretty much go into the app and you can order Chinese food, you can order McDonald's, Burger King, whatever they have available. You pretty much select your food that you want, and then you click pay. And just remember though that when you do download the app, you have to load your bank details on there. So link it up with a bank card that you already have, and then you're able to purchase food and get it delivered to your house. Alright guys, so we're coming towards the end of the list. So pretty much sitting at app number 7 that you should get is an app called Ofo. Alright, now Ofo is pretty much a bike rental app. Now in China there's a ton of these bikes around in different cities. I personally live in Shanghai, so Ofo is pretty much everywhere. And the way Ofo app works is you register and you pay a 99 RMB deposit, which works out to be around 17 bucks. 20 bucks, maybe, depending where you're from. Pretty much when you register, you have to actually send a photo of yourself holding up your passport or some other form of ID like your driver's license. And that way Ofo knows that it's actually you as a person, and they'll actually verify you and you're able to use the app. It's very simple to use too, so pretty much you open up the app and it'll ask you to scan a QR code, which is pretty much on the back of every single bike. And it's a great way to get around the city and even go riding with your friends. Okay, if you don't want to walk or you don't want to take a bike, you can do it the old school way and just get in a car, which leads me to my very last app on the list, app number 8, DiDi. Okay, so DiDi pretty much is a car/taxi service. You can just kind of think of it like an Uber. Now WeChat and Alipay do offer the same services, but unfortunately they're all in Chinese, and you do actually have to input a Chinese address in Chinese characters to get to where you want to go. Whereas with DiDi, they've actually released an English interface for foreigners. For example, if you're here just on holiday, you're not actually working, and you have your overseas bank cards, you can actually link it all up. So you can actually link it to your Visa or MasterCard, and pretty much just input the address in Pinyin. If you do want to communicate with the driver, the beauty about this app is that it actually translates what you say in English into Chinese for the driver to understand, and vice versa. So there's really no miscommunication there. So it's really a great app to get around the city. Alright guys, so those are the top 8 apps that I personally found useful in China. Now, for those of you still living in China, if you feel that I've left out some key apps that other people will find useful, please leave them down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys next time.